What are you doing?
Nothing.
Aren't you supposed to be fasting?
I am. I was just smelling the chips. Yeah. Hello, konnichiwa, annyeonghaseyo, hajimemashite, watashi wa Shona desu, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It's Chev here. So today I just wanted to talk about fasting, and I know that in 2020 a lot of people already know about fasting and the benefits of fasting, so I don't really want to talk about necessarily the science behind fasting and why it's good for you. I mostly want to talk about my personal experience with fasting, the benefits I feel like there are for fasting, and the cons that maybe for fasting, depending on the individual. And based on my experience, you guys could see if fasting fits you or doesn't fit you. But before I get too much into that, first, I do want to say, if you guys are thinking of fasting, there are 3 important tips that I think helped me so much when I was fasting. So I did a 5-day fast, and I did a 10-day fast, and I did another 5-day fast. So I've never went over 10 days, but even for those 10 days, I can definitely say that fasting is not easy, especially when you're used to the lifestyle of, eating whatever you want, wherever you want, whatever, especially if you're the type of person who's never been in like a restrictive diet, then fasting is definitely not going to be easy, but here's the 3 tips, very important tips that I found really helped me get through it and helped me stay determined while I was fasting. I have it right here on a journal. I made sure to write it down in case I forget, because I'm very forgetful. So let's see here. Tip number 1, motivation. So yeah, motivation. Why do you want to fast? I think that's a very important question that not a lot of people ask themselves when they start fasting. Like, you kind of see it on YouTube, scrolling through a video, you're like, wow. Oh, okay, she did a fast. What is that? Oh, you don't eat for a few days? Let me try it. You know what I mean? And you don't really think about why exactly you're fasting. And I feel like you knowing specifically why you're fasting for really helps you get through the fast when you're struggling. For example, are you fasting for spiritual reasons? You want to be closer to Christ and things like that, if that's your religion. Are you fasting for weight loss? Fasting is, to me at least, the quickest way for you to lose weight. Though there are some cons in that, and I'll go ahead and get to that a little later, but fasting has been the quickest way for me to lose weight. Are you fasting for health reasons, in terms of like you really want to just clear out your system, you want to feel more energized, you want to kind of like restart your digestive system? Are you fasting because of that? So you need to ask yourself, why exactly am I fasting when you start fasting? I feel like if you know that, then it's gonna help you get through it. I personally have fasted for weight loss, and I fasted to kind of like, I'd say, restart my taste buds, because I was the type of person who, I really love junk food. I've always had a taste for like Taco Bells and burgers and things like that. Like, my taste was just filled of junk food and just food that just weren't healthy for me. I wasn't the best with vegetables and things like that. And when I saw fasting, like I'd say a few years ago on YouTube, I was like, I really want to try this. I want to kind of restart my taste buds. I want to enjoy eating salads and carrots and things like that, so let me try fasting. And at the same time, I wanted to lose weight while doing it. So like I said, motivation, very important. Know why you're fasting for and stick to that goal. Now, my next tip, which is game plan. You need to know your game plan, especially when it comes to fasting for weight loss. You need to know what you're gonna do before you start the fast and what you're gonna do when you end the fast. Okay, that is very important, especially when you're fasting like for over 3 days. I would say you need to really think about what you're gonna put in your mouth as soon as you end this fast and how you're gonna eat before you start this fast. So if you're thinking, you know, okay, I wanna fast for weight loss, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a hamburger, I'm gonna eat some pizza, I'm gonna eat some fries. I'm just gonna go all out because I know I'm not about to eat. Let me tell you, oh, you are going to have a hard time. And when I say hard time, I mean you're gonna have like, oh my gosh, you're gonna be in the bathroom a lot. You're not gonna feel that great. It's gonna be 2 times as hard for you. When you want to fast, it is the opposite mindset you need to have. You need to get yourself accustomed to eating liquids, like eating mostly liquids, foods that are very healthy, that doesn't have a lot of ingredients in them, that are very simple, so that you can transition into the fast smoothly. Okay, like that's what you need to do when you're starting your fast. When you're ending your fast is the same way too. You don't end your fast, especially for weight loss. You never want to end your fast and go back to eating exactly what you were eating before. First of all, if you put like a hamburger or anything like solid in your stomach after you've been fasting, especially if you've been fasting for like 5-10 days, you will be in the bathroom and you will regret it. Okay, you will regret it. Do not do that. And when you're fasting to lose weight, you need to think of it as a lifestyle at that point. You don't, if you go back to the way you were eating before you started this fast, not only will you gain all the weight back, but you'll probably gain an extra few pounds too. Because what fasting does, it does clear your body out. Of course, you're gonna be losing weight because you're not eating, but there's a lot of those weight is water weight too. Like, you know, if for the first 2 days you see that you lost practically 10 pounds, a lot of that is most likely water weight. And, you know, your metabolism also slows down. So you do not want to eat the same food you were eating before. For me, after I finished fasting, I transitioned into a ketogenic diet. And a ketogenic diet is pretty much low carbs, high fat diet where I'm making sure that I'm not really putting anything in my body that will make me gain weight, like gain weight in a ridiculously fast amount of time, especially after I'm fasting. And I really try to eat healthy. I really try to eat clean because that's the whole point. If you go to a laundromat and you just take out your clean clothes and then you drop clothes on the dirty laundry mat floor and then you just leave it there to be dirty, there was no point of cleaning it in the first place. Now it's dirty again. It's the same thing with your body. You're fasting to clean out your body, so you don't want to put the same food that made you want to fast in the first place. You know, you got to think about it that way. Think of it as a lifestyle, not something temporary. I'm not saying for you to fast every day or anything like that, or for you to just keep fasting. You don't have to do that, but the whole point is for you to keep your system clean. Eat healthy, eat clean. That is the way you're going to be able to keep the weight that you practically tortured yourself to come off. That's the way you're going to keep it off and not gain the weight back. And I'm saying this from personal experience. you know, because it's hard when you've restricted yourself so much from eating, like a pure water fast. You've just been drinking water, and then you finally done, and you see all these options in front of you. It makes you want to eat, not just eat, it makes you want to binge eat. Like you want to just go all out. And unfortunately, that's kind of what I did. Like the first 2 or 3 days, I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna eat. And then after that, I pretty much binged. I was eating junk food again, and I gained all the weight back. I mean, now I've definitely learned my lesson, and thankfully I've been able to keep the weight off from my last fast, but you don't want that to happen to you. So think of it as a life changer. Okay. Tip number 3, mentality and discipline. Oh my God, guys, when you're fasting, your mind is literally going to think of the most delicious food possible for you to eat. Like, maybe, hey, maybe it's just me, but I've heard from a lot of people who's fasted the same exact thing. You think of the most scrumptious, delicious thing that you could possibly eat, and it's torture. You literally want to go into YouTube and just watch people eat at some point. It's like some kind of masochist mindset. Like me, when I was fasting for those 10 days, I would literally be going on YouTube, looking at AMSRs or whatever it's called, and just watching people eat delicious food while I'm here sipping my water. I don't know why. I don't know what part of my brain is like, girl, you know what? You can't do it yourself. Might as well watch people do it. I don't know why my brain thinks like that, but that's exactly what I was doing, you know, and it honestly didn't really make it harder for me. It kind of eased it for me, I guess. It's like me staring at the food made me feel like I was eating the food, even though I know I wasn't. And you know, that's the thing. A lot of the times, people think they're hungry, but they're really not. And I know that, you know, they're the whole health gurus or whatever, they're still saying that, oh, eat 3 meals a day for you to stay healthy. Yeah, I never believed that. I've never followed that, to be honest with you. I don't see why there should be a reason for you to eat 3 meals a day. I really don't see the reason why. I really don't see what benefits it really gives you eating 3 meals a day. I mean, if they're healthy meals, okay, great. But most of the time when people are eating 3 meals a day, it's not always healthy. So I'm the type of person who's personally never seen the benefits of that. But as I was saying, a lot of the times you may feel like you're hungry and you're really not hungry. Your body's just dehydrated. You're just thirsty, you know what I mean? And fasting really made me realize the difference between me being hungry because I'm thirsty or because I'm bored, and me actually being hungry. I'd say around day 3 or 4, honestly, I wasn't even feeling hungry. Like I wasn't even having hunger pains at that point. I just wanted to eat, you know, I just wanted to have flavor in my mouth because water has no flavor, you know, and I needed a little culture in there, you know, I needed to chew a little culture. So I was fasting and I was like, dang, you know what? Let me watch people eat some nice rice and beans and meat. And I'm Haitian, you know, so I love me my rice. I love me my meat. I love me my black beans. Like, thank Jesus. But yeah, so mentality, you really have to think about what's really going on in your body. Like if you're fasting and you really don't feel good, you really feel like something wrong, then please stop. Always listen to yourself. It doesn't matter what anyone else tells you, always listens to the signals that your body is giving you, because that could be life or death type of situations. So yeah, so those are pretty much the 3 tips that I'm giving you guys who've already decided that you wanted to fast. I'm so thirsty. That you wanted to fast, and a way for you guys to really help you get through the fast. Now, I do believe that fasting is really beneficial, but at the same time, you really gotta be prepared and ready to change your lifestyle, especially if you're doing it for weight loss. You know what I mean? You really gotta think of it as a complete change. Okay, like it can't just be something temporary that you do, because you're not going to get any benefits from that. And that's what I've seen from a lot of people who've complained about fasting. You know, they say it doesn't really do anything, you gain all the weight back, all of that stuff. No, there is a way for you to benefit from it and to keep those benefits. You just got to be really smart about what you put in your body, changing your lifestyle after you are done fasting. Okay, that was so good. Now, my personal experience with fasting, when I did a 10-day fast, I'm gonna just kind of go through the days with you guys real quick. I'll say I'm the type of person, honestly, who's already used to kind of not eating that much. You know, like when I was in high school or middle school, I didn't really eat that much. I practically ate one meal a day a lot of the time. So it was nothing really too new to me going a long while without eating. So my symptoms may be a little bit less than what you guys may experience when you first start fasting. So the first day I did have a bit of hunger pains. I did have a tiny bit of a headache that went away after an hour or maybe like 30 minutes really. And then I felt perfectly fine. Second day, I actually felt pretty good too. I was drinking my water, which is important, guys. Drink water. You have to drink lots of water, because a lot of the times the water intake that you get is from your food, from the juice and stuff like that. So when you stop eating, your body is depending on one source, and that's water. So if you're not drinking enough water, your symptoms may be worse, and you don't want to be hungry and dehydrated. Okay. So I was drinking my water, probably not as much as I should have. I was trying to do like a gallon a day, but it was hard for me because I didn't used to like drinking water that much. So I was drinking my water. It was great. Day 3 was kind of when the symptoms started a little bit. Like I felt tired, you know, which I expected. You know, I felt tired. If I stood up too fast, I would get a little bit dizzy, like a little lightheaded. My tongue started having like this kind of white consistency, like it was like this white buildup in my tongue that even when I was brushing my teeth, it wouldn't go away. You know, and your breath may start smelling a little bit. You gotta make sure you really brush your teeth when you're brushing your teeth. So those were the symptoms that I had, at least for day 3. And then day 4, I still felt pretty tired. I was sleeping a lot more. I started feeling more thirsty, which was telling me that I just was not drinking enough water. My thoughts had just transferred into food territory. I was literally staying on my bed from hours on end, just searching on YouTube to watch people eat all types of different foods, and just like looking at it like, ah, that's so good, that's so good, that's so good. So day 5, actually I felt pretty good. I felt way more energized during day 5, and my brain, it's kind of like I was more focused on task. I was very productive. I was getting a lot of things done that I'm usually like lazying about it. So that was great. I felt great on day 5, and I wasn't really feeling any hunger or any temptation at the time. Now day 6, oh boy, did I struggle, you know. Family members, sometimes it's like they just be trying to torture you. Like my sister made some good pasta, and let me tell you guys, I love my pasta. I just love pasta so much, especially, you know, like when you have that nice spaghetti and you put the pasta right on top, and it just looked so good. Like I literally had to like close my eyes and pray. Okay, guys, I had to close my eyes and pray. I was like, Lord, give me strength, because I'm about to eat this pasta. But I managed not to. And I realized that it wasn't until like I really got the smell of the pasta in my nose that I actually started feeling hungry. Like I was like, oh my God, you know, I'm kind of hungry. And it's because my body was just kind of stimulating itself pretty much, you know, like smelling the food. It was telling me, girl, go eat, girl. You better go get your food, girl. So that was really hard, but I managed to get through it. Thank goodness. Like I said, I got motivated. I knew why I wanted to do this weight loss, why I wanted this to happen. So I did it. Now for day 7 was a really bad day for me. Like I was in the bathroom a lot and I don't even know why. I don't even know what was coming out because like I didn't have any food in my system. So there was a lot of toxins, I guess, coming out. I vomited, I think once, and I was thinking like I hate vomiting. Like I hate vomit. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna stop. So I was really thinking of giving up after vomiting, but I was like, you know what? My body didn't feel like really bad after I managed to finally throw everything up. So I decided to keep on going, just lay down in bed and stuff. Day 8 was kind of a blur, honestly. I was sleeping so much. Like I was sleeping a lot, you know, and I just didn't want to get out of bed. After that, I was just like, you know what, like just gonna sleep here forever. And then 9 and 10 actually went really smoothly. I was excited. Both of those days, nothing really different happened. I was really excited because I knew that it was time for me to eat. I was like, oh, it is time. You know what I mean? So like it kind of just went by so fast in my head. And when it was over, I was so happy. It was great. Now, in terms of weight loss, overall, I lost about 20 pounds, more or less. A lot of it, there was a lot that was water weight and stuff, but overall, from what the scale says, I lost 20 pounds, which I was so happy about. It was great, you know, like once you actually finish and you get on the scale and you see such a big difference in your body and you know you really feel cleaned out. Even my skin was literally like glowing, guys. Like I was like, my skin was feeling good. You know, I could tell my skin was feeling good. So I was feeling good, and then this is where I went wrong, guys. I did not have a game plan. I was not prepared. I was not thinking about what I was gonna eat after the fast. So me and my dumb decided that the first thing I'm gonna eat is some pasta. You know, I've been craving that pasta, had some beef and stuff like that, and oh my God. First of all, the taste was so strong. It was like I was tasting every flavor in this pasta, the tomatoes, the onions, like everything. I was tasting it in my mouth because my mouth, just the sensitivity was up by like freaking 1,000. I'm so over dramatic, not 1,000, but it was, my tongue was very sensitive. So that was the first thing. Second thing was like not even halfway, but like a little quarter way through this pasta, I felt so terrible. Like I started feeling so bad. I literally ran to the bathroom and threw up. It was so bad. It was disgusting. I felt so nasty. I was like, oh my God, what did I do to myself? And I didn't even learn my lesson. Like after I was done throwing up, I was literally laying on bed for the rest of the day. And the next day, I decided to eat some eggs. You know, I ate some bread with eggs and sausage. And I guess my digestive system had already like kicked in and it like, you know, was like, okay, she's fine now. Because I was able to eat that relatively fine. My taste buds were still pretty sensitive, which means it was a good thing if I was, you know, eating clean, but I wasn't. So I was eating all that stuff and I just went on a binge, which is what I feel like can be such a big con when fasting, when you restrict yourself to such a degree. Like I was eating everything in God made earth. Like I was eating things that I haven't even eaten before. Like, I never went to Burger King before, but like I had passed it driving one day and I literally went there to eat. I was like, huh, do I really want Burger King? No, but damn, I'm gonna eat it anyways. Like, I was literally just binge eating, guys. I was binge eating. And I would say about 2 weeks, really, like 2 weeks and a half later, I not only gained all the way back, but I gained more weight than when I started the fast. And you know, at first I was like, it's the fast fault. I can't believe I did this stupid thing. I was pretty much blaming like every other thing besides myself, you know? And it's later on that I realized, you know what, I should have been prepared. I should have really thought about what I was going to eat afterwards for me to keep this weight off. I just kind of felt bad about my body, you know what I mean? I was like, ugh, you know, like when you're fasting, sometimes like, you know, your butt, your boobs, you could lose some things down there, you know. It's not gonna look as plump. And I never had a big butt to begin with and stuff, and I was just like, man, and you know, I'm overweight and things like that. I just was not feeling good about my body. And I told myself, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna give this another run. And this time I'm going to think of it not as a temporary game changer. I'm gonna think of this as a start to a lifestyle. I've started doing so much researching on fasting, like way more research than I had done the first time I started, about how to break your fast, how to start your fast, what to do after your fast, keep the weight off, and things like that, you know. And that's how I decided to go ahead and go into a ketogenic diet straight after my fast, which is low carb, high fat. And that's what I've been really trying to do, and drink water, only water, you know, no juice, no soda. I've never really been the type who likes soda anyways, but I decided I'm really gonna try to drink just water and then eat really healthy food. I only did like 5 days of my next fast, but I was able to lose the weight and I was able to keep that weight off, which makes me just so ecstatic and so happy, and I just feel so much better about myself, you know. So originally I think I was like 160 something, and I'm 4'11", so weighing that much is, it's really bad. It's really bad. So I was like 160 something, and then when I got out of my 10-day fast, I think I was like, what was I like, 163, such a long time ago. And at that time I wasn't really recording or anything, but I know I was in like the 140 something, you know, after the fast. And then I gained all the way back, and it was just bad. It was bad. I was like close to 170. I was like, oh no. And now I am thankfully 148, which is great. You know, I still want to lose weight. I'm still in my weight loss journey, but right now I'm okay with my weight, with my body type. I look good in my weight. And you know, there's a lot of different fastings too. Like the fast I'm talking about obviously is a pure water fast where you literally don't eat anything for continuous amount of time. But there's alternate day fasting, which I'm currently doing, which is when you eat one day, you don't eat another day. There's 1 meal a day fasting, which is like when you don't eat for like 23 hours in a day, and you eat for like once, you eat literally once in a day for like every day. There's 16, what is it, 16 by 5 fasting, where you fast for 16 hours and then you eat within like a specific like 5-hour window. There's so many different methods that you can, you know, do fasting for. And I know like the 16 by 5 is pretty popular. A lot of people like to do it. It's called intermediate fasting. So there's just different options that you guys could choose from if you think that this fast personally isn't for you, which would be understandable. That's pretty much all the information I have, guys, for fasting. You know, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in and for watching the video all the way through. If you did like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button and tell me in the comments if you guys have ever fasted? You know, how long, how much weight did you lose, how did you feel about it? You know, tell me your guys' experience about fasting. All right, bye. Mwah.